Guava. What's going on, everybody? Left Farmer Serving 3 here. It's good to see y'all. I'm trying to get myself set up here. What's going on, everybody? Happy sugar-free Sunday. If I can get myself straightened out here. There we go. Let me see. All right. There it is. What's going on, second floor gardens? My Renaissance grandma. How you doing, my Renaissance grandma? I was just out there running in the yard. I had to go take the trash out. Hey, Belinda, how you doing? All right. Let's get this thing going. Dorothy Clay Gardner. Marilyn, how you doing? Belinda. Ricky Lloyd, how you doing? Chef Handyman, I always like your name. That's hilarious to me. Wendy Johnson. Ari, how you doing? Power Chair Farmer, how you doing? Garden with Eve, Flew Away, Cat Lover, Dragons, C Besto. Okay, how you doing? Juanita, how you doing? Thank you for that, Ari. Appreciate you. Wells 803, how you doing? Katrina, Golden, how you doing? D Love, Nikki Walker, Yvonne Coates, Adric, Dana Springs, how you doing? Tarek, how you doing? Sheila, Monica and Ziggy, how you doing? Amina, how you doing? Shauna Williams, Asha's Divine Garden, or Asia's Divine Garden, how you doing, Yvonne? All right. Native Girl, how you doing? And Lux Throws, how y'all doing? What y'all doing today? Huh? What you doing today? Let's wipe this camera off a little bit. Just a little bit. Thank you, Wendy Johnson. Said appreciate you. I appreciate you too. I appreciate you for being here. T Cobb says started growing my own food because of this channel. Here come the lightning. It's about to rain. Good Lord. Okay. Here we go. Right off the bat. Let's get it. That lightning and thunder just started me up. I even made a little list. What are your plans for all that we're going through right now? A lot of people are out in the streets protesting and marching. I didn't used to believe in protesting. I say protest. Yes, I believe in protesting now. That has changed my mind. But here's the problem with me. If you don't have any plans besides the protesting, we're still in trouble. To me, it's like, praying without the works. That's how it feels to me. Amina says, I'm watching my veggies grow on the patio in this rain. That's wonderful. So you the reason I bought my EcoFlow. It works perfect. About to get a RV and get my family some land. Oh, that sounds wonderful. Wendy says, build our gardening community larger. Not necessarily. I'm not going to say that's necessarily what we need to be working on. This is what I'm going to say. You don't have to build the gardening community larger. You have to find out, you have what I always call find your folks. Right? FOYF. Find your folks. Find your family. Find the people that's closest to you. Because you can be surrounded by a bunch of people that really truly do not share your same interests at heart besides growing some tomatoes. And that could be detrimental. So your group does not have to be big. at all. Your group just has to be solid. You understand? That's how I feel anyway. Big groups, if you have a big group and y'all all on one accord, my Renaissance grandma says I'm still trying to find my folks. See, we've been in this game a long time. And what you find out is, hey, both of y'all grow tomatoes, but neither one of y'all believe in the same things besides growing the tomato. Miss D, I just bought the Delta Eco Pro 3. Okay. And Taz, you say more people, more problems. I don't agree with that either. You can have tons of people with you, but you have to be on one accord. And being on that, you have to stay close to people. You just can't say, hey, I'll meet you on Friday, and then all of a sudden we meet every Friday, we all best friends. Nah, you got to get to know people. So it ain't, to me, it's not about the size of the group that you're with. To me, it's about the quality of the few people that you deal with. If you're not dealing with quality people, you could have a group of 5 people, and if 3 of those are trash, that's kind of saying what kind of group you in. You know what I'm saying? Those are the people that you're those are the kind of people that end up getting you in trouble or hurt or worse. I say it doesn't matter how many people you have around you. You have to have quality people around you at all times. These days, if you do not trust these people with your children, don't trust them with anything else. If you don't trust this person to be around your children, and this, you could leave your children with these people for 72 hours, you shouldn't trust them with absolutely anything else in your life. Matter of fact, frankly, if you can, this is me speaking, if I couldn't trust you with my children, I don't even want you in my life. And I mean that. So, I'm going to say this. You might want to tighten up. I know my Wi-Fi is probably tripping because I've been working on some things for about a week. I'm redoing my power grid. I just added a new battery to my EcoFlow, and it's not fully up and running right now, okay? So I'm doing the best I can on my little phone's data out here in the middle of nowhere. Okay, thank you, Taz, for that confirmation. I want to say this, and I know I'm saying and doing a lot. How you doing, my own beautiful? How you doing? Yeah, I'm a little, I can see I'm glitching a little bit. Juanita says, talking to my family about buying land, and we have a garden. Okay. Inspira says, I'm learning how to process all of these tomatoes. Okay. Asia says, I got someone willing to trade. He has a dairy livestock. I have a garden, and another person that is prepper for bartering and trading. I wouldn't trust anybody. I know this sounds horrible. If you don't have people this close, this is going to sound horrible coming from me, but I'm a realist. I'm the realist you'll probably ever meet, and you people ain't gonna like everything I say because I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. If these people ain't in your close-knit family, DNA, friendship, grew up with, shared a pair of drawers in high school or junior high because y'all ain't had no money, something, If you don't trust them like that right now, they ain't the ones to be doing anything with. I know, I know. Said these are my husband's friends. They ain't your friends though. They're my husband's friends, and they only peepers. He knows everyone else is that type who want free stuff. Oh well, if you trust your husband's judgment, then wonderful. I ain't got no problem with that. I'm just saying, your husband has checked them out. They're your husband's best friend. But would you be able to hang out with your husband's best friend if your husband wasn't there? And I'm not talking about nothing crazy. I'm talking about, could y'all go shopping together, you and your husband's friend, with every, wouldn't nothing be weird? Are y'all that close? Because if not, that's where the problem happens to me. I know I sound like I'm overkilling, but okay. The Taz, you just said something. Can you give that person your wallet and keys for a week if you left the country? Let's get this. All right, I moved to Atlanta, Georgia. Back in 2000. I moved to Atlanta, Georgia, and I owned a home, and I let a family member, I'm going to say, take care of my home while I was gone. Finally brought my wife down, and I let this family member maintain the home. All you gotta do, it was only $300 of rent. I'm not gonna charge you no more than that. You got a whole duplex. You can stay in one unit and you can rent out the other unit, and you'll be living for free because you're gonna be paying me whatever you understand? I said, hey, it's all you gotta do. That means you're gonna be living for free while times are hard. I left town, and trust me, I didn't trust this family member like that, but family tore my house up, stole every check that was coming to me from my business, ruined my house, evacuated my house. I didn't even know she had moved out, left my house abandoned. Good thing my best friend drove by that house, and he said, hey man, I just drove by the house, man. The doors is wide open, the windows is busted. I'm like, what? He like, yeah, man. I didn't know if you wanted me to go in or not, so I told him, man, if you can, go in there and peek your head in there and see if old girl over there, because she's supposed to be handling it. She gone. Been gone. Left my house abandoned, holes in the walls, took my refrigerator, my brand new stoves, everything was gone. So to me, if you just kind of trust them, or your husband trusts them, or just your wife trusts them, I don't trust them. You know what? I never made no big stank about it. Nothing. I didn't say, why did you do this to my house? I didn't say. I took that as a lesson, because I said, you know what? I shouldn't trust you in the first place. I already kind of knew what kind of person you were. I'm going to chalk this up as a very expensive lesson. Guess who took care of that house for the duration? My best friend. My best friend went over there, fixed my windows, fixed my doors, didn't charge me nothing. He said, hey man, can I, kind of get my freak on over here? You can do whatever you want, bro. Thank you. Because I trust him with the key. That dude got the keys to my house down here. And he don't even live here. He the kind of dude, I'm like, man, if you ever in town, here's the key. Just come on in. You know what I'm saying? If you can't trust him like that in these days and time right here, it ain't popping. I'm gonna say this. I'm trying to keep this non-political. But the height and the climate of the world that we're in today, you can't you can't mention, I mean, you can't keep from mentioning politics, because politics are playing a role in absolutely each and every one of our lives right now. Can we agree on that? Can we agree? You cannot do anything or talk about anything right now in these days without politics being part of it, because it's the cause and the effect of absolutely everything in every last I was going to say American's life right now, but it's all around the world. This is affecting every person on the freaking planet. Okay. I'm going to ask you guys a question. No, I'm not. I'm going to make a statement. I think we are already at civil war and nobody has said anything yet. Everybody is waiting to say we're at an all-out civil war. I think that's what everybody is waiting for. That's not going to happen. We are literally reliving the Civil War. This is all about power and race, rich and poor. This absolutely every single thing that's happening right now is reliving almost every chapter of the Civil War. You got foolish people making foolish moves. You got people in power that just want more power. They don't care who has to perish to get the power. I say that yes, I think this country is in the middle of a civil war. And the reason why I say that is because you got brothers and sisters fighting amongst each other, because one brother says these people don't belong here, and his DNA brother is saying you shouldn't be that way. Those people belong here as much as we do. That's what started the Civil War. Am I wrong? Correct me, because I'm to be corrected right now. Am I wrong? These two brothers, DNA, same mother, same father. One is saying, I don't want these people here. And the other brother is saying they have just as much right to be here as me and you do. Because frankly, none of us truly belongs here. Let's not forget that. Let's not forget the history of how you got your land. And let's not forget the history of how I got my land. Okay, this didn't start yesterday. How me and you acquired land was evil. So let's not forget that. One brother has forgot it. The other brother is like, man, be quiet. Be quiet, man. Don't raise the roof, man. Be quiet. You're going to tell on yourself. Okay? And the problem, what I see today is people don't want certain people here anymore, but they don't actually, I keep hearing this word illegal alien. I'm challenging anybody to define that term or that label. And then after you define the term and the label, illegal alien, now, once you define it, what is the statute of limitations on said crime or criminal? You can't have one without the other. You understand what I'm saying? Please explain what illegal immigration is, and explain to me what illegal aliens are. Explain to me that, and then there has to be a statute of limitations on that. How far can we go back before we say you don't belong here either? I'm just asking. Because I keep hearing people throw around that stuff. I don't like playing with words. I like talk about facts. So if there's a statute of limitations on that, y'all better say that then. Because ain't nobody told me about no statute of limitation on illegal immigrants and sneaking into the country. Somebody better tell me. Because last I read, everybody wasn't welcome here. Yeah, just saying. So, if we are in the middle of a potential civil war where brothers are fighting brothers, sisters are fighting sisters, now we need to talk about, if this is how it's happening, now we need to talk about fight or flight. Everybody knows about fight or flight. Are you ready to stand for what you believe in? Or you're just going to run, tuck your tail, and pretend none of this is happening and keep lying to yourself? Now that has two different sides to it too, so I don't want to make that flight, okay, like a weakling. That ain't what I mean. Are you going to tuck your tail and pretend none of this is happening and keep lying to yourself to make yourself feel better about the decisions that you have made? Or flight can also mean basically minding your own business. You can stand for what you believe in, and you can fight and flight at the same time. You can stand for what you believe in by, while they're tearing down the country and tearing down the fundamentals of the Constitution in the country, you could be building up yourself to prepare for said civil war. Instead of sitting around every day watching the news, seeing what these people are doing every day, is something horrible. It's never anything good. Not one day has been good. Not one. Every day is horrible. Are you trying to still figure out who's on your side and who's against you? Are you still trying to figure that out? Because if you haven't figured it out by now, we've given people time enough to repent. Do you understand what I'm saying? To me, if you still don't know that this is wrong, and you're still rooting for a good outcome from these group of people, I had all the time I needed to figure out for you to stay away from me. If you're the kind of person that's still on the fence, like, give them another 30 days or so, that's plenty of time enough that I needed to say, okay, you and the rest of your crew can stay away from me. I see what side you're on of this mess. Okay. So, fight or flight. Rucker Homestead in the house. What's going on, man? I'm gonna lighten this up, but I needed to talk about the political oversight of all of this before we get in this. I'm gonna say something because I hear this a lot. They say they voted against themselves. This is not black people's fight. You're right and you're wrong. Certain people did vote against their own interest. Very right. Very right. Very true. But if you do not think that this is not black people's fight, you're lying to yourself and you've been listening to too many people on YouTube. I'm going to say that. I'm going to say that. The reason why I say that is if you think that you're going to be okay after all of the smoke clears and we can just go on about our black lives and just relax and chill, you're delusional. And I keep hearing that statement being thrown around saying it's not our fight. It's not our fight. Everybody keeps saying that. Need to stop saying that, or you better define that. You better dig deep and explain that better to people instead of just saying a little quick cliche of words, clutch of words, because remember, it's a lot of ignorant ass people out there and they're going to take you for what you're saying, for face value. It's not black people fight. Okay, you better explain, go deeper than that. And what I mean by that is look, just say, if you're going to say stay out of it, say stay out of it. But don't say it's not black people fight because of the way most black folks voted. That's totally different. What I'm saying is, we gonna have to fight. We're going to have to stand up. So don't pretend that you will not have to defend yourself. So it's words that throw us off. It's words that we put power to, and we need to pick and choose the words that's coming out of our mouth, because there's so many ignorant ass people that they don't care about knowledge. They don't care about reading. They don't care about facts. They care about who can come up with the coolest sounding cliche, who can come up with the nicest, coolest sounding title to their video. I've said this before and I'm going to say it again. I said it months ago. When people kept telling me this ain't black people fight, you's a damn lie. You lying to yourself, and you know what lying to yourself end up. You're going to keep lying to yourself till you believe it. And then when they come up and snatch you by the boo-boo, you ain't going to know what to do. Stop lying to yourself. It is black people's fight. Now, at this very moment, what you decide to do with your power is up to you. But don't act like we're not part of this mess. Okay? I don't want to do that. I don't want to act like we're not part of this. You dig what I'm saying? To me, what we're watching is almost like a California wildfire. We're watching like the California wildfire on human beings. This is what I mean by that. You hear about the California wildfires all the time, every year, on the news, every season, right? On the news, every season. This is what we watch. Right now, it's burned 100 acres down in Southern California, and it's heading north. That's what we're watching happen with people. We're watching what is going, we literally have a chance to look in our past, in time, and see what's going to happen to our home in a few days. It will be burned to the ground as well. So don't pretend that this wildfire of political nonsense is not going to come and sear us too. We just right now have a chance to kind of look down the road and study it like, damn, it's moving fast. It's moving at about 3 miles an hour, and it's burning up 100 acres a day, and it's getting more intense the more boots they put on the ground. The fire is getting more intense. So it's starting to move a little faster. It's becoming more efficient. All we're doing is watching what could potentially happen to us. So please don't stop saying it's not our fight. Get that out of your vocabulary. That's nonsense. That's nonsense. Now, the people that voted for what they wanted, you are getting it. I'm standing in line waiting for you to get your order served. That's it. You were in line first, and you ordered this big shit Whopper with cheese, and you're getting it, and you're eating it. So all I'm doing is standing in line, waiting to get my order. I don't want to cut in line. I don't want to cut in line and get in front of you before you get your order. That's all. You getting served exactly what you ordered. On to lighter and brighter things. I'm going to give you a few set of rules, and we're going to talk about it before we leave. Right now, be prepared to leave the cities. When I say that, does everybody agree this? Be prepared to leave the city. The city. I pray that you have purchased some land. I pray that you got a little land somewhere rural, away from other people. I pray that you have supplies on that piece of land away from people. I pray that you have protection for you and over you on that piece of land away from people. I pray that you have transportation to get to said piece of land and property, to come away from the cities. It's in the Bible. Come out of the cities. Come out of the cities. Because he knew this was going to happen. And he knew when there's an uprising, a lot of people perish in those cities by even friendly fire, if you will. Friendly fire. How many times you hear on a concert, somebody at a concert, somebody starts shooting? Nobody gets shot at the concert. You know who all perishes at the concert where somebody was shooting? People get trampled over and crushed. Those are the people in the club and at a music concert. They get trampled and crushed and they perish from their injuries. Nobody ever gets shot. All friendly fire. That's what happens when you got too many people in a space that's entirely too small. Every city USA is too small to have this many doggone people. If I can smell your garbage can from this close to me, we're too close. If you set your garbage out on garbage day and you had fish and some Indian cuisine and I can smell it from across the road, we're entirely too close. If you fussing with your old lady and I can hear what y'all was fussing about, we're entirely too close. If I hear gunshots ring out and then I can describe to the police exactly what I saw, I seen the car go in the driveway. As soon as it came out the driveway, then I heard a pop, 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 pop. Then I heard him jump out the back door and he had red stuff all over him, jump back in the car and skirted off. And that's what I seen. I believe it's on my Ring camera too. If you can do that, you're entirely too close to other people. So I'm going to say this. Be prepared to leave the cities for whatever reason. I'm not picking no specific reason. I got a list here we're going to go through. Be prepared to leave these cities. Okay? Now, being prepared to leave the cities, we're going to go all the way down to stay road ready. Stay road ready. What do I mean by stay road ready? All of your vehicles, all of your cars, all of your trucks need to be full of fuel at all times. If you just got done driving your car, go put some fuel in it. Top it up. Top up your fuel tank each and every time you use your car. Your hand on your fuel needle should say full every single time you get in your car. Do not get in your car with a half a tank of fuel. If you are, you slipping. Go fill your fuel tanks up in your vehicle, because that's going to either get you to safety, get you out of a dangerous situation, or it can also get you to your safety site. Let's keep it rocking. Let's keep it rocking. Okay. Keep non-perishable food items inside of your car at all times. And I'm not saying do this forever. I'm talking about now at the height of this political and civil unrest. Hell yeah. Keep non-perishable food items in your car. Right? Keep water. If you do not have water, I know my video's been boring lately. All I'm talking about is water. You don't need no can opener. Don't waste space with a can opener. If you've been watching my videos this year and I keep talking about all kind of ways to get water, how to get water, preserve water, filter water, dig for water, capture water, I'm doing that on purpose. I know it's boring because you think the reason those videos are boring to you is because you think you always have water. You think my water catchment videos are boring because you think that you will always have water. Let me tell you something. That also lets me see that you've never been without water. What made me start digging for water is I'm running low on water. And I need to feed my livestock, and I need to give it to myself. I need to give it to my puppy. And I'm running out, and it ain't rained in a while. I need to find another way to get water. So water is the first and only thing that's been on my mind lately. So for me, pack up as much water as you got, jugs. I don't care what you put it in. Get your water right. Right? So non-perishable food and water in your car. All right? And a way to filter the water. All right. Got that? All right. Here we go. This is one that people, you're not going to want to hear this. Conserve food, water, and power. Stop wasting it. Stop wasting food, water, and power. This is why I'm saying that. If you have a battery bank, charge it all the way up. If you got plenty of food in your stores, stop eating it. If you got plenty of water stored up, stop drinking it. Because in the light of everything that's going on right now, if they really want to hurt the people, they will shut off all of that. Shutting off the community power will damage everybody quick. You've been where the lightning hit the power box and everybody in the neighborhood powers out. Our power was out for 2 weeks last summer. And if it wasn't for that EcoFlow and my EcoFlow products, it would have been rough. It would have been rougher than it was. Let's put it like that. Okay? All right. So part of conserving food and water is fasting. Learn how to fast. Okay? Learn how to fast. Because if you don't know how to fast, if you got to have a meal every 5 seconds and you got to have water every 5 seconds, you will not be able to control your consumption when it comes to rationing your food. We should all be practicing rationing our food right now. Can you go the rest of the day without eating anything? Can you go the rest of the day without drinking anything? I'm not talking about people with medical conditions. I'm talking sensible. I'm talking about you don't gotta eat every 5 seconds. You don't have to do that. It's just something that we do because we bored. It's something that we do because we were taught to do that. Can you go without drinking and eating all day? Fasting, okay? So, with that being said, conserve food, water, and power. Your power, if you don't have a gas generator, if you don't have a solar power generator, you may want to start looking for one ASAP, Okay, with the prices and tariffs and everything going on, it may hit you in the pocket a little harder, but it's still a necessity. Okay. I'm going to say one. Well, I'm gonna save these for last. I'm going to say grow and store as much food as you possibly can. Grow and store as much food as you possibly can. If you don't have a garden, start one right now. I mean, 5-gallon bucket on the balcony. I don't care where you do it. Have some kind of food sources coming into your home that you don't have to go out and pay for. Because the reason I'm saying this is with the civil unrest, and we're on the brink of martial law. They can control the consumption and the production, which they are controlling that already, really, right? They're controlling the production by firing so many employees and snatching them up and sending them to different countries. They're controlling the production of food. Am I wrong? I'm asking you. Am I wrong about that? Are they or are they not controlling the production of the food that me and you eat? That's a good one. Bent Thomas said, my grow towers on my balcony are loaded right now. That's a good one. Grow towers. That's a good one. So if there is nobody there to help produce our food, let alone, thank you, Rucker Homestead, let alone harvest our food, what are you about to do? We need to, I'm just stating things that we need to think about. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just putting something on your mind. Maybe you want to do. Stop putting all of your faith into politicians. Right now is not the time. I don't want to hear anything from no politician. None. Either side of the aisle. I don't want to hear jack. Because one side of the aisle is doing the dirt, and the other side of the aisle is watching them do it, saying, "I'm gonna tell my mommy." I'm sick of that. You can't do that. I'm going to tell on you. One side of the aisle is doing evil, wicked, dirty stuff, and the other side of the aisle is saying, "Ooh, I'm gonna tell your mama on you." Oh, man, I don't want to have. I don't trust nobody. You know what I mean? What are you doing? You're not stopping this. You have just as much power as they do. Somebody need to stop this. All right. Grow and store as much food as you can. If you can grow a lot, if you know how to can, pressure can, water bath can, freeze dry, what is the other one? Dehydrate. Store as much food as you can. Mylar bags, bay leaves, salt, smoking food, smoking meats. Store as much food as you possibly can. And don't just store it in one spot. Store it in several spots. Okay. And don't ever stop. Don't ever think you got enough. Even if you ain't got nowhere to put it. Right now, with the climate that we're in, never stop growing. Okay? Ever. I'm going to say this and something that you've never done. And I'm going to be honest and truthful about a situation that I'm in right now. You need to be trying to raise or maintain livestock. Whether it's chickens, it's quail, pigs, rabbits, some kind of livestock for several reasons. I'm not going to, just narrow down to say, hey, eat them all. I'm not saying that. Chickens, quail, pigs, rabbits, please. And now I'm going to tell you the truth about my situation. If we were not in the situation that we are in right now, I probably would still never have pigs. Pigs are pretty gross. I probably wouldn't have pigs. If I did have pigs, I would have 2 female pigs, and that would be it. And I would basically just have them around for fun. I wouldn't. It's cool at first. But then it get real. Then you start to understand why they call them pigs. Because they never, ever, ever stop eating. You don't have enough money to keep a pig. Or pigs, this is plural. If you have the opportunity to get a pig, I'm going to ask you to think about it and do as much research as you can. Don't do what I did, jump in head first, because what you'll realize is the amount of money that you're spending on feeding them and keeping them healthy just could have went and bought a rack of ribs, I know it's rough, and I understand stores are tripping right now, but I think I would have invested in more chickens. Just saying, just keeping it honest with you. After this whole thing is over, I'm finish out my pig run, and after it's all over, said and done, and I turn everybody into bacon, I think I'm done. I'm done with the pig thing. Okay. So, just keeping it honest. If you got a very small space like a condo, apartment, quail, perfect live quail, rabbits even more so than quail. Honestly, rabbits even more than quail. Perfect livestock for keeping in the house or in a small space. I'm going to say rabbits first, quail second, chickens third. I'm not even going to say pigs. Not going to say it. I got them for now, but you understand, the clock is ticking on them mugs, like the first 48. Say guinea pigs are great fertilizer. Okay. So I say right now, get you some livestock. Please. I'm begging you. Now, stay in communications where we started this video out. Stay in communication with your closest family and friends. Stay in constant, everyday communication. I mean, right now, while all this stuff is going on, you need to call everybody on your family list, best friend list, a ride or die list every single day. You need a text or a phone call and tell them how your life is going, and you need to know how their life is going. What I mean by that is, with everything going on, you need information from that side of the map. They need information from your side of the map. Y'all both share that information with your other cousin over there on that side of the map. That way, y'all have a universal, central idea of what the hell is going on across the nation. Okay? I can't make this up. If you got family in New York, California, Texas, and Oklahoma, all y'all need to be trying to figure out what they doing over there. What they doing over there. Because the news ain't telling you. The news is telling you things that's keeping you watching the news. So the news is only going to do, it's like YouTube. It's like clickbait. They're only going to tell you what's going to bring in the views. They're not telling you the news. So we have to depend on ourselves for communication. So with that being said, I'm going to show a radio system that I have, that all of my family members have. And this radio system reaches all around the world, or all around the country. I'm sorry. You can make it reach all around the world, but okay, it's like a satellite phone. Uh, so please stay in constant, everyday communication with each and every last member of your close family and friends and ride or dies. I mean that. Okay. All right. Now, we almost done, so hang on. You need a safe place meetup. Everybody right now need to be talking about, if y'all having dinner, you at the cookout, we stand, is Father's Day coming up, while you at Father's Day gave him that raggedy ass tie and that shirt to say, best dad ever. Y'all need to have a conversation. If it all go down, where are we meeting at? If it all go down, where are we meeting at? We need to have this conversation and be genuine and real about it. This safe meetup place, everybody needs their bug out bag with them. Everybody needs to bring supplies with them. Did you hear what I said? How many people hear what I said? How many people heard what I just said? You need to have your bug out bag with you. You need to have your supplies with you. Your bug out bag and your supplies. Okay? All right. For the people that hear me, salute. For the people that don't, good luck. All right. So, you all need to designate a safe place. A place where your family can go. Where's everybody going? What my family call the mothership. What is going to be your mothership? Where is everybody in the family going to meet up? What is your mothership? What is home base? If it all go the same place where everybody, like every holiday, that's where we meet at. Every cookout, that's where we meet at. Everybody, mamas and aunts and uncles, and where every year everybody go to this one house, and everybody house, that's usually Big Mama house. That's the main home base. If that's how it work in your family, y'all need to talk about that. Like, if Big Mama house ain't the safest place to be for the meetup, y'all need to start thinking about how to get Big Mama to the safest place. Because 9 times out of 10, Big Mama needs some help getting in the car, you know, all of that. Yeah, come on, Mama, let's go. Well, you can't be rushing me now. I got to run up here real quick and get my vitamins. Make sure y'all take care of Big Mama, no matter what. No matter what. If Big Mama house ain't safe and y'all got to whisk her away to the safe spot, somebody got to be designated to grab Grandpa and Big Mama quick. You got to be ready. Don't put her through no junk. Don't pull up in no doggone, what is that, a Toyota Miata, no little Corvette, and trying to put Big Mama in a Corvette, in a 2-door Honda Civic, talking about we about to take you to safety. You know her purse is going to fit in one seat, so make sure you have a vehicle and have a person designated to get Big Mama. Ride or die, no matter what happens, don't come to the safe spot without Big Mama. Somebody need to be designated to do everything. All right. Can you fix it? Can you fix it? You need people in your circle, in your group, that are the fixers. I know this is going to sound horrible. I know this is going to sound horrible. But if you ain't got no people in your family or in your circle, in your safe place with no skills, you're screwed. You're screwed. Do you hear me? You are screwed. You might as well stay right where you at. Don't gather and assemble like the Avengers. You're screwed. If you don't know how to do jack, you're screwed. If you have zero skills, you're screwed. So I'm going to give you an alternative. Everybody in every neighborhood, every family knows Willie, right? Everybody got a Willie. Everybody got a Willie. Willie is that dude that can fix anything. Every neighborhood, every family got a Willie. Ill Pill Will, Chill Pill Will, Chili Willie Will. Everybody in every family in every neighborhood got a Will. Hey Will, hey man, come here. Man, check out my car real quick. What that noise is? Oh man, them your lifters. Let me hold $5. Let me hold $5 from you. Man, I'll buy you a whole case of beer because I know you about to go get some brew. I'll buy you a whole case of beer, man. You go ahead and fix that. Wait, right now? You want me to do it right now? Right now. You know it's hot, but all right, pull it in the back, pull it in the bag. He'll have your lifters and everything adjusted in about an hour and a half, 2 hours tops. Everybody got a Willie. Hey, everyday life of the OCD is chick. Everybody got a Willie. Now, the only problem with a Willie got habits. Okay? Willie got habits. Willie got to have a little drink. Willie got to have a cigarette while he messing with flammable stuff. Willie like to get high, you know. So you hold Willie at arm's length. Like I don't trust Willie with the keys to my house, but damn, Willie can roof your house by himself and have it done in about 6 hours. By himself, no shirt on. He got on flip-flops and Crocs, no socks, and he on your roof with no safety chain around his waist or nothing. He done scraped your whole damn roof off with like a spatula and then put a whole brand new roof on. And he ain't even got no hammer. He just using an old wrench that he found down the road in the alley somewhere. Your whole roof is brand new with brand new gutters. And all you had to do was give Willie like about $30 and a couple beer and some cigarettes. Everybody got a Willie. Now, what I mean by all of this is, unfortunately, if your family and your close friends and circles and your ride or dies are skillless, you have zero skills besides doing your hair and looking real cute or looking real fly. If those are the only skills you have, you're going to have to go get Willie. You're going to have to deal with Willie's habits. Somebody going to have to get Willie. Okay? I'm just saying. Like, Will, come with us, man. We going to need you. Wait a minute. I got to go over here and make this money. I got to cut this grass. I'll be over there in the safe spot, whatever the hell you talking about. Look, Will, you got to come with us, man. No, man, you about to give me about $40 to cut that grass. I ain't about to give away no $40. I'll give you $40, Will. Oh, for real? Oh, can I go cut her grass first? No. I'll give you $80, Will. Oh, where we going? Let's go. You want me to ride in the front or the back or the trunk? What you want to do? Get you a Willie. Because you're going to need somebody there to fix everything at the safe spot if you don't know how to do jack. Willie know how to garden. Willie know how to hunt for food. Willie know how to fix tractors, cars, trucks, semi. He's a diesel mechanic. He know how to weld. He's a plumber. He's a damn physician. Willie done even delivered some babies. Man, get you a Willie. Get you a Willie. You don't want him in your group. Just don't discuss very important things around Willie. But keep Willie happy. Because Willie will leave. So Willie like, hey man, I sure could use a beer. Is there some more beer in the rations? Give Willie the beer. You're like, we've been saving that for years for a special occasion. Give Willie as much beer as he wants. Willie know how to make his own liquor. So give him the things he need so he can produce his own liquor and keep his habits to himself. You understand? Don't try to break him from drinking or smoking. Just, you know, give him the tools he need for success, is what they call it. But don't slow Willie roll, because Willie will leave in the middle of the night at the safe spot. Get you a Willie. If you can't fix stuff by yourself and your crew don't have tools and you don't have skills, get a Willie. That's my alternative for you. Okay? So, now comes the real part of this plan. Prepare yourselves for an intrusion. Prepare yourselves for people to violate your land. Prepare yourselves for people to encroach on your safe spot. Prepare yourselves in your family for attacks. If you have all the food, you have all the shelter, you have all the safety at your spot, prepare yourself for this intrusion. Now, with this preparing yourself for this intrusion, it comes with a little clause. Everybody always talking about ride or die. It's never become more real. It's not just a saying anymore. And everybody in America need to be thinking about this right now. You need to truly be thinking about, in real life, no words, real life. What are you willing to die for? Unfortunately, that question is more real than it has ever been. When words don't work anymore, which they are seeming to hold less water these days, are you willing to stand and fight for what you believe in, even if it removes you from this earth? I'm just asking. It has come a time where we have to all ask the question and answer the question, are you truly willing to lay down your life for your family and your children? We all talk about we will. We all talk a mean game of what we will and what we won't do. If somebody encroached or intruded on your family, but we've come to a crossroad where you better stop talking about it if you ain't about it. Because this is where we are. If you have never thought about removing somebody's existence from this earth, it's something you need to think about. It's not an easy thought. It's not TV, shoot 'em up, bang, bang, bullshit. It's like you really need to think. If you have a hard time dispatching livestock because your nerves and your brain ain't there. If you say, I would never be a nurse or a medical profession because I can't stand the sight of blood or wounds or bone breaks or amputations, you need to really think about what you're doing before you open your mouth talking big bad shit. Because there is a war brewing out there. And it's like a civil war. You got brothers fighting against brothers, sisters fighting against sisters, and you have our U.S. armed forces aiming their weapons at American citizens. With all the other crap going on in every other country that we need to be aiming at, our own brothers and sisters are aiming their muzzles at their brothers and sisters under that flag. Just in case you didn't know, to all the people in the military and to all the people in the police departments, you know you have the constitutional right to say no. I will not defend that tyranny. You know they can't fire you for not upholding tyranny, because you know that's what this is. If you say no, I will not stand on the lines of injustice and defend injustice, you know you can say no constitutionally, right? I'm just saying. Just in case you don't know. But you're in the military and you're on the police force, so I know you know way more than me. You had to study to be there. You had to study hard and work hard to be there. So I know you're not going to let a punk-ass civilian like me tell you that you have the constitutional right to stand down because the orders that you're giving are insane. Just like any ship captain, do you know, if your captain on your ship is acting erratically and putting the whole crew in danger because he seemed to be a little off mentally, or he's under the influence of some kind of drug or alcohol, you know you do not have to take orders, and somebody can commandeer this ship. I don't see why that works any different with the United States of America. With that being said, be prepared for those intrusions and invasions and encroachments on your safe space. If you do not believe in the Second Amendment, you need to read the Second Amendment. Even if you still don't believe in the Second Amendment, read it. Word for word, line for line, from the front to the back, and then read it in reverse. Read the Second Amendment. Arm yourself, pick up arms, and protect your family. You literally, listen, in the 2A world, everybody is talking about we have the right to own guns, we have the right to own this, we have the right to You have the right to stand up and defend yourself, your family, and the Constitution from tyranny. That's why I say stop playing with words. If we say our words right, they have way more meaning to them. You do have the right to stand up against a tyrannical government. Everybody keeps saying, I got the right to own a gun. Nah, that ain't what that say. You have the right to defend yourself against a tyrannical government. What are we living in right now that we can prove because we have our brothers and sisters in the military aiming their muzzles at our brothers and sisters? Are we or are we not in real life living in tyrannical times? I'm asking. I'll wait for anybody to answer. If you don't think so, I'll take that as an answer. Do you think everything is okay? Do you think that these are tyrannical times that we're living in right now? Because everything, according to the definition, look like it to me. But maybe you got another take on it. What do you think? I'll wait. Nobody? M. Sosa says, hell yes, we are. Sandra Giller says, we are. Belinda says, yes, we are. Sean Does It says, we definitely are. Cheryl Kane says, yes. TLC in the Garden, what's up, my sister? Say, yes, we are. This is the definition of a tyrannical government. It looks like it. Let me back that up. It looks just like one. Angela says absolutely yes. Chef Handyman says yes we are. Gratitude says we are. Yes we are. Time's up. Irma says we are. Meek Be Clear says yes, absolutely. If this does not look like a tyrannical overthrow of the government, please explain to me what this looks like to you. Cause I don't get it. So that's it. You have the right to bear arms. Please read the Second Amendment. Please. For people to keep asking me what is 2A. 2A is the Second Amendment. Please read it. Go pull it up in Google and read it. TLA says walk, talk, and answer like a duck. It's a duck. Ivana says yes we are. Tracy Williams said yes we are. Before I let y'all go, do y'all have any questions for me about what you're playing? Ladybug 629 said yes we are in tyrannical times. Absolutely we are. Absolutely. You cannot deny it. You can't deny this anymore. You can't sugarcoat this anymore. You know what I heard? You know what I heard? I heard somebody say something about the protesters and throwing rocks and being violent. I heard people complaining about protesters throwing rocks and being violent. I'm not talking about the looters. I'm talking about the people that's defending themselves. Now here's my question to everybody to keep forgetting, which these same people even forget about where this all started. Now let's go back again and talk about where this all started. The protesters, the statute of limitations of fault, if we will. The protesters would not even exist and be down there to throw rocks if folks weren't being kidnapped, dragged out of their homes and their jobs. Imagine this. If somebody busts through your front door and drag one of your family members out of your house, you don't know who the hell these people are, would you not defend said family member? People ain't identifying themselves. Nobody is marked, no marked car. Motherfuckers pulling up in a Toyota Camry. What? Oh, we banging. We're banging. I don't see no badges. I see a lot of masks and sunglasses. So the reason the protests are becoming violent, and I'm not saying I accept violence, because I'm not saying I accept violence, but there's a cause and there's an effect. If you start shooting rubber bullets at people and the only thing that they're armed with is paper signs and saying, hell no, we won't go, you don't think there's going to be repercussions for that? So my point of this is they're blaming it all on the violence of the protesters. Now, again, I'm not talking about the looters. Those are just dirty thieves that just, they're like vultures. They show up when there's opportune time. I'm not talking about the looters. I'm talking about the people that's basically standing their ground and pretty much picking up arms, if you will. They aren't the ones shooting first. You're kidnapping people. If you're kidnapping people, you think people are gonna look? People don't listen. You got the computer, you got social media, you got the internet. Over the last good 15 years, you've had a flurry of information, of truth flooded onto you like the dams have broke. Like you needed a boat like Noah. That's how much information has rained down upon us in just the last 15, 20 years of the internet. Things that you never knew. The horrible way people were treated, all these, you know everything. You know what the plan was for the government. You know how the government was taken over. You know how this land was taken. You know how people were treated. You know how people was tortured. With all this knowledge that we have from our horrible past and the way this country was founded and formed, and you see it happening again. Do you really truly think that people are going to stand by and watch it happen again? No, they're going to fight. And you can't blame them for fighting because everything that's happening now is unjust. It's nothing justice. No justice is happening. None. On either side, there is no justice. No peace. So it baffles my mind to hear other content creators try to stand up for, okay, I heard about the No Kings rally, right? Oh, y'all better prepare. They're going to be burning down cities. Nobody burning down no city. So here's my thing. With all the content creators and influencers talking about they're going to be burning down cities and stuff like that. I keep hearing that. Wouldn't you be ready to bang if your mama, daddy, cousin, sister, aunt, husband, wife was kidnapped? Now let's keep it funky now. I don't condone violence. But at the same time, let's keep it funky. If your family members were snatched out of their house in their drawers in the middle of the night, babies, children, snatched, never to be seen from or heard from again. See, this happened before. And they keep telling folks, we volunteered to get on that boat, shackle ourselves to the hull of that ship, and float over here and be told what to do for the next 400 or 500 years. People will have you believe that we came here voluntarily. But all they keep doing right now is showing you this is how they did it. They ran in people's huts and houses and dwellings, snatched them out while they wasn't paying attention, divided them all, snatched everybody out of this village first, conquered this village, made sure no words got out to the other villages, loaded them ships and left. Then they get to this other village, snatched them up, load up the ships and leave, right? That's what they did. They're doing it again. The exact same way. So they can't say that's not how it happened. Well, you showing us the playbook right now. Everything we said happened, y'all doing. I don't see nobody getting on them buses voluntarily. Nobody on them buses ain't got handcuffs on. So for all the content creators to keep talking about they're too violent in their protests, and this is all unnecessary, and you shouldn't stand up for freedom and what you believe in. The people that's telling you to sit down somewhere and be quiet, they telling you who they are right there. They're telling you who they are when they telling you you shouldn't be down there cutting up. You shouldn't be down there voicing your opinion. You shouldn't be down there. If they're telling you that, they just told you who they are. They're part of this. They're part of the problem. They just told you what side of that civil war that they're on. They want to keep you in shackles and chains. I keep hearing all these content creators with this garbage, and for the life of me, I'm like, you keep skipping over, you playing with words. See, I don't like people that play with words. They skip and play with words, see? Because they talking about the protesters, they shouldn't be down there protesting, they shouldn't be down there throwing rocks. Well, guess what? The military should not be down there doing jack. They shouldn't be kidnapping people. Let's go all the way back to the core of why this is happening. Why is there violence? Why is there protest? Why is there looting? Why is there injustice? Why is everything inflammatory? Because they're watching their family and fellow Americans be kidnapped by gunpoint. So what you're saying when you say don't go down there and protest and don't go down there and put your life on the line and don't go down there throwing rocks, what you're saying is you approve of the way that these people are being treated. A lot of them are American citizens, born and raised here. Cut the shit. Cut the shit. I'm not even going to talk about the people that may have green cards or are here illegal. I'm not even going to talk about them. I'm talking about they are snatching up American born and raised citizens. I seen this Mexican dude, and he wasn't talking like this at all. He wasn't speaking Spanish, and he didn't sound like Cheech. He was talking like this. And the way he was explaining himself, I was like, oh my God, where is he from? So right there, as soon as they was IDing dude and I heard him talking just like this, I don't understand where you guys are grabbing me. I'm like, man, let that dude go, man. This dude he ain't even been on a vacation in Cancun, Mexico, let alone being raised in Mexico and crossing the border. He don't even know where the border at. You just caught a Mexican surfer dude. He ain't got nothing to do, nothing. He don't even talk to his Meemaw that still live in Mexico. So he don't know. So once they make it okay, where you can actually just get an American citizen and ship them off to nowhere for the color of his skin or whatever reason they feel like, what on God's green earth, black folks, make you think that you're not going to get some too? That's why I say stop playing with words, and please, if you gonna say this ain't black folks fight, you better explain that in great detail, because ignorant MFers will take you at face value and just say that, because don't say this ain't our fight. Don't say that, because you're gonna have a lot of goofies sitting on their hands and not paying attention, sitting back eating damn caramel corn and shit and watching SpongeBob while Muggs is getting arrested. Don't do that. Don't give them, when you say black folks, this ain't your fight, you know what you're telling ignorant people? Because it's a lot of ignorant mugs out there, okay? When you say black folks, this ain't your fight, ignorant people be like, well, I ain't gonna worry about none of it. And they don't pay attention because they think, oh, they just coming to get brown folks. Okay. Stop saying that ain't our fight. It is our fight, like I said before. Now, at this very moment, what you choose to do is your business, but don't pretend you ain't about to get a taste of this battle. Stay ready at all times and all costs. Be ready for anything. I understand what people mean because I got right good sense about this ain't our fight. No, we didn't vote for that, so we don't want none of that. I get that, but you got to stop playing with words. The fuck? Hey, hold on. Move! Move! Come here, come on. Hey, look, let's go. Here, come here. You ain't about to escape. Okay. I got family here because I'm having a family meeting. Right there. Didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you? Get your safe space together. That threw me off because I didn't know what time it was. Get your safe space together. I'm going to go talk to my family, and we're going to get our plans together, and we're going to synchronize our watches, and I pray that you do the exact same. Okay? Y'all don't even know what that thing on right there, that's why I'm, okay, somebody, I'm about to make you whistle while you twerk. I'm glad I didn't have to make nobody whistle. So, I'm about to go in here and plan stuff out with my family. You do the same, all right? Lead Farmer 73. Remember, do me a favor. Put down in the comments, what's your plan? Or do you even got one at all? Lead Farmer 73. I love y'all. Stay safe. Keep your head down. And I'm out. Peace.